Hello everybody, welcome to the first edition of the 2020 Daily Racing Form Breeders' Cup Clocker Report presented by Spendthrift Farm. Welcome to a chilly Keeneland racecourse, the home of this year's Breeders' Cup. Weather was the key today, not only here at Keeneland but down the road at Churchill as well. A lot of workouts, Breeders' Cup works were scheduled this morning at both venues. Most of them were postponed because of all the rain that fell around the area yesterday. Here at Keeneland, we had only one official workout for the Breeders' Cup, and that was day out of the office for the Breeders' Cup juvenile filly. She'll be one of the favorites going in undefeated. The big question with her is, will she go 2 turns? She sort of looked every part of that this morning, going 5 furlongs in a minute and 2/5, went easy early, actually went easy most of the way. Was asked to pick it up a little bit late and did respond to a little bit of late urging. Came home her final quarter in 23 and 1, galloped out full of run, a minute 12 and 4/5 for the 3 quarters, and then pulled up 7/8 and 127, and did that while kept 4 or 5 pass off the rail most of the way out and trying to find a better footing on this morning's racetrack that was officially labeled muddy. So a big effort today for day out of the office. A couple of Robertino Diodoro horses were scheduled to breeze at the 7:30 break, or after the 7:30 break. Dreamer's Disease and Keep Me in Mind, but those were actually called off after the Harrows went around the track, obviously not to the satisfaction of the connections. We'll likely see them out there tomorrow. Some gallopers that caught the eye and gallopers of note this morning. Most noteworthy was Tiz the Law. He also was scheduled to work this morning, but had that postponed at least 24 hours due to the track conditions. He came out at 8 o'clock for a routine jog and then about 1.25 miles gallop with regular exercise rider Heather Smullen aboard. Went very easy. Actually stayed on his left lead down the stretch, but Heather said afterward she didn't want to ask him to change leads for fear that he might then try to do too much. So just wanted an easy gallop, Barkley tag, and that's what he got. And we'll likely see him work out here tomorrow morning, probably right after the track opens or thereabouts at 6 a.m. Also for the Classic, Higher Power for trainer John Sadlick. One of 3 horses he has here. He got here early. He went over and visited the gate this morning. He does have some gate issues, so quickly getting familiar with the gate situation here and the local gate crew before galloping 1.25 miles under assistant trainer Juan Laver. Jackie's Warrior, one of the big horses, probably the favorite for the juvenile. He was out there for a routine gallop this morning. He looked very good. He looked great when I saw him at Saratoga all summer, and he looked terrific again here this morning. Raging Bull, what can you say? Chad Brown horses, they all always seem to make a good appearance. He was the one I saw out there this morning, and he looked eager to do more, as was Channel Maker, another of the big turf horses here for the Breeders' Cup. He had his ears pricked coming through the stretch, looked happy, went along his business really well. The Bill Mott horses that all arrived, I believe they arrived here yesterday. I think they're all scheduled to work on Monday. Jesus's team was full of himself this morning. He galloped in draw reins. That's usually equipment added for a horse that is very hard to gallop, full of run, full of energy. So they restrain him a little bit with draw reins. He did gallop in a set of blinkers, but he looked good out there today. I'll be anxious to see his final Breeders' Cup work. I believe he's headed for the dirt mile. The Japanese horses, I can't pronounce it, Zhang and Jasper Prince were out on the track. Zhang, not the smoothest mover. Maybe it's just the difference between the surfaces that he's used to in Japan and over here today at Keeneland, but we'll keep an eye on him. I am guessing they will work over the next couple of days. I got to see a few of the horses at Churchill today on tape this morning. By My Standards was supposed to work today for the Classic. That was postponed because of the track conditions, but boy, he looked terrific there in a routine gallop this morning. Looked full of run and ready to go. Likely will work there tomorrow. And also Aunt Pearl for trainer Brad Cox, juvenile fillies turf. She did breeze this morning in company. 5/8 from the 1/2 mile pole. I'm not quite sure what the final time was. I had her finishing up strong, galloping out very well. Looked terrific in her work down there over the wet racetrack. Tomorrow, a busy day both here and at Churchill Downs. And the DRF, we've got you covered everywhere for the Breeders' Cup Workout Report. We've got a couple of guys in New York, Dave Gretting and Mike Vesey. We've got coverage at Santa Anita, and tomorrow I will be here at Keeneland, and my colleague Donald Harris will be over at Churchill Downs tracking all the works, and we'll have all that information for you both in the DRF later this week and on the DRF.com. So stay tuned for the DRF workout report throughout the upcoming week as we get closer and closer to Breeders' Cup 2020.